Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to my Platinum Trophy Guide for Resident Evil 2. In this video I'm going to be sharing all of the tips that I learned when going for the Platinum, so hopefully you can get there too. I'll just mention that all of the trophies apart from the story related ones are missable. You will be playing through the game a lot of times, so you'll have plenty of chances to get them all done. The video is going to be broken down into two parts. The first part will be a general overview of what to expect when going for the Platinum for this game. You can think of that part as being a roadmap. For the second part, I'll switch over to my trophy list and go a bit more in depth on each trophy individually. I will be talking about the entire game, so be warned there will be spoilers. I won't go into story specifics or anything, but some trophies might just give away a few things. So the first thing to expect when going for the Platinum is a lot of playthroughs. 6 or 7 is my recommendation. For those that don't know, the game is broken down into 4 scenarios, with both characters, Leon and Claire, having 2 each. They both have a Scenario A, which is what you'll play when you start a new game, and a Scenario B, which is what you'll play when you start a new game second run. You will need to unlock second run mode before you can play it though. You can do this by completing each character's A scenario. Complete Leon's A and you'll unlock Claire's B, and vice versa. Your first playthrough is going to want to be as Leon on assisted difficulty. Your main concern for the first 3.5 playthroughs is collectibles. You can't find all of the collectibles in one playthrough, some of them are character or scenario specific. I have a full collectibles walkthrough on my channel. I'll link all of the videos for Resident Evil 2 in the description below. There are 2 main lots of collectibles you'll be finding, these are the files and Mr. Raccoons. There are also locks and hip pouches which aren't technically collectibles, but you'll need to find all of them for their corresponding trophies. All locks and hip pouches can actually be found in a single playthrough and reset whenever you start a new game. Also, during your first playthrough I would advise going for the Minimalist trophy, which is for clearing the game without opening an item box. These are the large storage boxes found in the safe rooms. You'll be finding all of the hip pouches, which are inventory upgrades during your first playthrough, so you'll be able to carry everything you need anyway. After finishing Leon's Scenario A, move straight to Claire's Scenario A and continue your collectible hunt. Again, I would advise assisted difficulty, it makes finding all of the collectibles easier. You won't be hassled by enemies as much, especially Tyrant. During these 2 playthroughs, you'll unlock all of the story related trophies apart from Broken Umbrella, which is for witnessing the true ending. You'll get that after finishing your first B scenario. You'll also unlock a lot of the miscellaneous trophies without trying. Things like the basics of survival for combining 2 items and customizer for customizing a weapon. I'll go into more detail about the miscellaneous ones when we take a look at the full trophy list. Each character has 2 missable trophies for finishing certain sections of their stories in a certain way. Firstly, there are secondary character gameplay segments. During Leon's story you'll play as Ada, and during Claire's story you'll play as Sherry. The trophies in question for these 2 segments are One Slick Super Spy and Young Escapee. As long as you're aware of them, you shouldn't have much of a problem with them. Again, there'll be links to my separate videos covering each one in the description below. The second pair of character specific missable trophies are for killing the last bosses of each storyline with a certain amount of time left on the detonation timer. Now there's a chance you'll get these without trying. You'll be playing each story multiple times and the timer is quite generous. Again, I do have videos covering these as well. After completing both A scenarios, you'll want to move to the B scenarios to finish up the collectibles and get the true ending trophy. Complete Claire's B scenario fully and then move on to Leon's B scenario. Once you have found all the collectibles in his, you can just quit out. Next up is an S rank playthrough of Leon's A scenario on standard difficulty. Doing this will unlock the Samurai Edge infinite ammo handgun. This is going to help you immensely with your next playthrough, an S rank run of Claire's A scenario on hardcore. Doing this will unlock the LE5 infinite ammo machine gun, meaning your final 2 playthroughs will be a piece of cake. The only thing that determines whether you'll get an S rank or not is your time. For the A scenarios you have 3 hours 30 minutes on standard and 2 hours 30 minutes on hardcore. For the B scenarios you have 3 hours on standard and 2 hours on hardcore. I personally found getting the S ranks on the A scenarios easier. The police station section is a lot less chaotic. You can complete both A scenarios in about 2 hours each. Again, I have a video of each of my 2 S rank runs linked in the description below. So on to the final 2 playthroughs. The first one will be a hardcore playthrough of either Leon's A or B scenario. Hopefully you will now have the LE5 machine gun, so you can now finish the game in about an hour and a half. For your final playthrough, use either B scenario and set the difficulty to assisted. You'll be getting the Frugalist and a small carbon footprint trophies. They are for completing the game without using a recovery item and for taking 14,000 steps or fewer in one playthrough. The reason I left these until last is that there is a chance you might get these without trying on another playthrough. Using the infinite ammo guns, this playthrough is just too easy. There is one final thing you need to complete now, and that's 4th Survivor mode. This is an extra mode that is essentially a time trial mode. All you have to do is complete it. After everything you have just done in the main game, you should be well prepared. Again, I have a full video walkthrough of this mode, and of course you can find it down below. And that's it, simple right? All in all, I will give this game a 6 out of 10 difficulty wise, maybe less if you're a Resident Evil veteran. There were no parts of this game where I thought I just can't do this, it's all very manageable. Time wise, I would say you're looking at about 30 to 40 hours. This depends on how many playthroughs you do, of course. Right, up next I'm going to switch over to my trophy list and I'll explain each trophy a little more. Okay, so let's take a look at the trophies individually. First off, we're going to have a load of story ones. So make it to the police station, that's obviously a story one, you're going to get that no matter what. Solve the goddess statue, escape the police station, and then we come to the 2 which are character specific. Complete Ada's segment, you need to be playing as Leon to do that, and complete Sherry's segment, you need to be playing as Claire to do that one. Again, they are story related if you are playing their stories. That makes sense. Next, escape from the sewers, and then eventually you'll get either complete Leon's or complete Claire's story. And then witness the true ending, that's for completing a scenario B. It doesn't matter whose, it could be either Leon or Claire. The basics of survival is pretty much as it says, combine 2 items together. That could be plants, it could be gunpowder, or even weapons and weapon upgrades. Increase your inventory slots. This is one of the collectibles, it's the hip pouches. You just need to do 1 to get this trophy, or find 1. There are, I can't remember, are there 8? No, 6, sorry, there are 6 of the hip pouches to find. They are on my collectibles guide, so we'll be looking for them. Customize a weapon. Again, if you're using my collectibles guide, you'll be finding quite a few of the weapon upgrades. Alternatively, I do have a separate video showing the locations of all the upgrades and all of the weapons if you want to use that. But you should find these naturally, they're in safes and things. Defeat an enemy with a knife. So the easiest way to do that is, I'll show you a picture. Wait till there's a zombie on the ground and then just knife him. As you can see, his arm will probably fall off. So yeah, that's easy enough done. Shoot them and then finish them off with a knife. Counter attack with a sub weapon. So the sub weapons are either knife, grenade, or flash grenade. So in this game they've changed something and added this sort of, not mode, but mechanic. That's the word I'm looking for. If a zombie grabs you, if you have a knife, grenade, or flash grenade equipped, you'll be able to counter attack. You'll shove the grenade in their mouth, or you'll stab them with the knife. This will stop you from taking any damage. So you just need to do that once to get that trophy. You'll be doing a lot, to be honest. Use wooden boards to board up the windows. You'll be finding these in the police station early on. It's very handy to board up certain windows. Again, you'll get that normally because it's something you'll need to be doing. Destroy a Mr. Raccoon. If you follow my collectibles guide, you need to find all 15 of those, and you'll want to do that. Well, you need to do that if you're going for the platinum for a start. But yeah, you get the infinite knife if you find all 15 Mr. Raccoons. This trophy is just for finding the first one. There is another one later on for finding all of them. Next is a vault-like mind. Open a portable safe. There are 2 portable safes in the game. They contain keypad keys, which are needed in the safety deposit room. So you can unlock the lockers in there. But these are randomized puzzles. You need to guess the combination of buttons, the 8 buttons there in the correct order to unlock them. They aren't needed for the trophy later on, the safe one. That'll be later on. They aren't needed for that, just this trophy. Open a dial safe, or dial lock as they're called in the game actually. You can see the picture of it there. You'll find them everywhere. You need to do all 8 to get a certain trophy anyway. They will be in my collectibles guide. Shoot a grenade you fed to an enemy. So when you counter attack with a grenade or a flash grenade, if you shoot them, so it can be a dog, it can be anyone really, you put it in their mouth. The dog, yeah, you do it with both the dog and the zombie. You'll stick it in their mouth, just aim and shoot, and it'll go off and you'll get that trophy. There you can see the icon. There you go. Kill 3 enemies at once with a sub-weapon. So you want to be using a grenade for this, as pictured. At the beginning of both scenario Bs, there is a grenade on the radiator in the first room where you get all your guns. If you head back out of that room, there will be 3 or 4 zombies at the top of the stairs. Just chuck the grenade and you'll do it. Yeah. And if not, you can just restart the game. It's like 2 minutes into the game. I think I killed 4 eventually when I was going for it, so you shouldn't have a problem at all. There are quite a few other places you can do it, but that's one place you can definitely do it all the time. Shoot a zombie dog or licker out the air. I have a trophy guide for this one, a separate video. I used a licker. I found them easier because you can tell when they're going to jump at you. Dogs are a bit more erratic and jump more randomly, and they're definitely quicker as well. So we'll use a licker or a dog. They do have to die for you to get the trophy, so be aware of that. So in that sense, dogs are probably easier because they're easier to kill. Where lickers, you'll have to do 2 shots of a shotgun. I used the shotgun. But yeah, definitely would recommend doing it on a licker. Paralyze a licker's sense of hearing, so just throw a flash grenade at them. That is it. You'll be doing that anyway, it's better easier than killing them. Just run past them afterwards. Shoot Tyrant's hat off. There's no picture there of him, but we all know who that is by now. Mr. X, Tyrant, whatever you want to call him. Just headshot him, his hat will fall off and you'll get the trophy. Defeat stage 2G using the crane only once. I have another video, separate guide for this one. That's not a very good photo, is it? You can do this with either character. It happens in both stories. During that boss fight, you want to weaken him right down so his eyes are red. I don't know if you can see it in the picture. Yeah, his eyes become red like that on the side. That means he's weak enough, and then just flick the crane back over and it will knock him over the edge and you'll get the trophy. But if he's not weakened enough, it won't knock him over and you'll void that trophy. So it is missable, but you'll be playing the game 6-7 times, so you'll have plenty of goes at it. Using the photo hints, find 2 hidden items. There are 5 rolls of film, photo film in the game. That's not a very good picture. There is a specific one you need to find. It is in the workroom as you emerge from the sewers. That's the one you need to take it to the dark room, process it in there, and then you need to go to the STARS office and it's like a conference room right at the beginning of the game, and there are 2 hidden items there. I have made a video for it, so all these guides will be linked below. Expand your inventory slots to max, so that's for finding all 6 pouches in one playthrough. They reset every playthrough, so you will have to do all in one go. Again, they're in my collectibles guide if you want to find those. These next 4 are all character specific. This first one is Leon's only. Well, it's actually as you play as Ada. If you do her section only using the EMF visualizer, she does have a gun, so as long as you don't use that gun, you'll get that trophy. It's easy enough done without. You can just run past all the zombies. Again, I do have a guide for this one. Young escapee. So during Sherry's section in Claire's story, when you start, you'll be in her bedroom, complete the puzzle and escape within 60 seconds. Again, I have a guide, trophy video guide, so that'll be linked below if you need that. Defeat stage 4G with how many? 4 minutes left. Claire only. It's the last boss. 4 minutes is more than easily done. Again, you'll be playing probably 3-4 times as Claire, so you'll do this on your easier playthrough, I'd imagine. And this is Leon's version of it. Defeat Tyrant with 5 minutes left. He is easier to kill than Stage 4G, but he's harder to dodge. But yeah, easily done on easy, both of those. Read all of the files. These are the main collectibles of the game, along with Mr. Raccoon. Yep, you can't see it there because there's no file, because I've got it. They are spread over all 4 playthroughs, even though Scenario Bs only have a handful each. The last Scenario B you'll do will only have 2 files. Again, I have a video guide, my collectible guide, which show you the location of all of them. Mr. Raccoon's, all 15, spread over 3 playthroughs. There's only 1 in Scenario B, and it's right at the beginning. So yeah, technically 2 and like a start of B. But again, if you find all those, you'll get the infinite knife, so you want to do that as soon as you can, because that helps out a lot. Open all of the safes and locks in the game. So that is the dial locks that I mentioned previously, and the safes. There are 8, and you need to do them in a single playthrough. They reset every time you start a new game. They're all noted in my collectibles guide, and you'll want to open all of the safes at least, well, everything really, because they all contain weapon upgrades or hit pouches. So you'll want to be opening them all playthroughs really. So you need to make a note of where they all are. Complete Leon's story on standard or hardcore with an S rank. So this 1 each for Leon and Claire. I do Leon's on standard, and then I do Claire's on hardcore. It's up to you which way you want to go, but I have videos on my channel showing you how to do Leon's on standard and Claire's on hardcore. So yeah, it's up to you. It's one of the 6 or 7 playthroughs you'll want to do. And then complete Leon's and Claire's on hardcore. Not S rank, just regular. So if you combine Claire's, these 2, and then you can do this separate run for Leon's if you have the LE5 for completing Claire's with an S+, not an S+, an S rank. You'll get the LE5 making Leon's easier. Next is Frugalist for completing the game without using a recovery item. I combine this with a small carbon footprint. The recovery items are basically anything that replenishes your health, sprays or plants. And the footprint, carbon footprint, is take 14,000 steps or fewer. Again, I have a video showing both of these in one go. Easily done on one of your easy playthroughs. You can just do a separate one. It'll only take you about an hour and a half if you do a Scenario B, especially if you have the LE5 from doing the hardcore S rank. Make it very simple. Minimalist, I'd do this on your first playthrough without opening the item box. Item box is the box. Oh, I can't, no picture there. It's the box that is always next to the typewriters where you can store your items. Just complete the game without using one of those. If you do it on your first one, you'll have plenty of pouch space, inventory space, because you'll be finding all of those, hopefully. And then lastly, we come to Grim Reaper, complete the 4th Survivor Extra mode, which is very fun actually. It's a timed section, it's completely separate. It's about a 4th Survivor hunk, and it's a timed. You're probably going to take you about 10 minutes to do that mode. I have a video on my channel showing you how to do it and where to use all the weapons. You have limited weapons. You have 4 weapons with limited ammo, a handful of grenades, some health items, and some gunpowder. And that is it. You can't pick anything up. You don't need to open any doors or anything. It's just one single run through. What's the word I'm looking for? It is linear. Got there in the end. So it'll be the same path every time. The enemies are always in the same place, so you can follow a video and you should be okay to go. You only need to complete it. You don't need to complete it without taking damage or anything. So yeah, you should be quite easily able to do that, especially after doing both playthroughs on hardcore. If you do this last, you'll be well easy. As you can see, it's only a bronze. And that is it. So if you have any questions regarding the Platinum or any of the trophies, please leave a comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. This video is my first time doing this style of Platinum guide, so please let me know if you liked it and found it useful. I'm thinking I'll do one of these for every game I cover. I think it's a good way to wrap up everything once I've finished a game completely. Please feel free to like and subscribe, you'd be helping me out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.